They didn't even make a payment. Blah blah blah. I don't know. One of those days. One of those days where you're just kind of like, okay, well, it's just one of those days. Not a big deal. But I didn't have to do shit today. That's for damn sure. All I had to do was show up to work. I worked with management for about an hour. Then I don't have to do shit for the rest of the day. I hung out outside with a group of people, just hanging out outside, not even doing a damn thing. Had Lee, yo, what up, Lee? How you doing? I'm just chilling right now. I just got off work. I didn't have to do a damn thing today. I mean, I got a little bit of bad news at the end of the day, but hey, life goes on. Excellent, Lee. Right on. You know, you know what? I can't complain. I mean, I could complain, but what's the point? I mean, my day was easy. Like I do electrical, mechanical, engineering, and I just had to hang out with the manager for I don't know, maybe about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour, but that was it. And then the rest of the day, I'm hanging out with the guys outside. And I'm like waiting for like, because you always check your phone. You have to check your phone on like all the time. But yeah, I didn't have no problems. It's just more or less of like, you know, just it was boring. It was totally boring. It's like you want to do something, but if they don't have anything for you to do, you're just chilling it. You know, um, I don't know. I guess I don't really mind that, so much. But sometimes it is, But the conversations that everybody has out there are really cool. So you're like talking to people about all kinds of different things. Like I was hearing about UFOs and ghosts today. I was like, dude, that's like legit cool because some people are like that. Anything to do? I know, right, Lee? I know, right? Sometimes it's like that, I mean, it's just like it's smooth sailing. You're not really worrying about like what's going down, because if they need you, they're gonna call you. They're gonna call you if they need you. And then working with the manager, he's been like pretty chill like lately, so I'm like, okay, all right, you know and then like, but I don't like sitting in my office. I just don't like sitting there. You're like, I want to go down and talk to everybody else downstairs, because that's where everybody hangs out. You can go to the cafeteria, you can go hang out outside, you can go play pool, you can go play arcade games, you can go you can do a whole bunch of stuff, you know but as long as you answer your phone, you're pretty much good. So, I mean, with my job, it's like definitely, the main key is answering your phone, I guess. Make sure that you're available. And then I was all looking at the clock today. I was like, man, it's like 3:30. I was like, there a ghost or something in my room. Well, lie. Sometimes I can't sleep in my room because how bad it is. You know what? I actually had something like that happen to me too. I had a house that I lived in, and there was like poltergeist stuff going on in that house, and it freaked me out. I'm like, what? But there really was. So, I mean, I believe you, because there is ghosts out there, And then some people don't believe in ghosts and they don't believe in UFOs, but um, I believe that there's UFOs out there, and I believe that there's ghosts because I've seen a UFO and I have seen like some ghost type of shit, So you got to like kind of think about that. I mean, if there's so many people out there in the world that have seen that, there's probably is. I mean, not trying to freak anybody out or anything like that, but there probably is like something else out there, you know. So you know, if there is, there is. If there isn't, there isn't. You know. Is anybody like what are they doing for dinner tonight? Are they getting some crazy stuff going down? I'm proving that there's not nothing out there though. It's hard to prove that there is. I mean, honestly, but sometimes like people in their minds that they really believe that there is. But if you really see something like that, it's hard to erase it out of your mind. That they're not. See, that's what I'm talking about, Lee. Lee knows what's up. See, absolutely, Lee. because there really is. I mean, I believe there is. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am because I've definitely probably seen a couple. You know, I went to this like UFO place, and I was talking to this person about it, and they were sitting there talking like about like this certain area, and I know that area, and I've seen stuff in that area, and then they're like confirming that there was stuff that happened in that area, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people that are confirming that stuff happened in there. Some of the things I see, something like I can't explain it. I know, right? I mean, like if you can't really explain it, it's kind of hard to tell other people though too. It's like like it's like, well, I did see it, but this is what I saw. So you're going with what you know. So, and that can be hard for other people to actually, trust it. And it's like, I know what I saw at the end of the day, but there's a lot of people that do believe the same thing that you believe, you know. So I think that's actually a pretty good thing because there's other people that experience the same things as us, you know. So, and remember, if you're new to this channel, like and subscribe. You know, we talk about anything and everything. For the most part. We get into some good conversations. We talk about a lot of different things. So it's usually a pretty cool conversation. I normally go on at like 8 o'clock, but I thought I'd just jump in. Because it's kind of nice. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen this evening. I might jump on a couple other, channels, but for the most part, this is the way it's going to be for a little bit tonight. That no one can explain. Yeah, I believe you, Lee. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, I mean, and you really can't explain it, that's for sure. But I kind of like that just because the fact is, it's like there's stuff out there that we don't know about. So you're trying to figure that stuff out, trying to confirm it and try to make, but maybe it's like meant for like us, like it's meant for certain people that happens. I don't know yet. I just don't know yet. But I still kind of like, I'm not saying I look for it 100%. I used to. There's this guy, what was his name? He was like a ghost hunter, really famous one. And what was his name? But anyway, he says at the end of his book, don't look for ghosts because you'll end up, getting basically cursed. He said that he has ghosts following him all the time. It's Hans Holzer. That was his name, was Hans Holzer. So don't know that what out there. I agree with you too because I mean you never know what's out there. That's the thing, I mean, and but I like the idea that there could be other stuff out there. Just because the fact is, it's like the whole world. I mean, really, and we don't know what's in the world. I mean, that's not like there's got to be more. If we have space, if we have space, you know, then there's got to be something else out there. I mean, why would there not be anything else out there? You know, the thing you don't want to do if a ghost talk to you, don't talk back. Divide it instead. You know what? I agree with your statement, Lee. What you're like, in my opinion, what you're doing is inviting it. You don't show a ghost attention, and the reason why you don't show attention, is because that's why they keep coming back, and then they say that um, they get energy from us. You know, invested inside. Yeah, because well, tell you the truth, it's they said that like I read a lot of books about this stuff because I wanted to be a ghost hunter a long time ago, and they were saying like if you sit there and pay attention to it, then it's gonna it'll always follow you. And Hans Holzer, famous ghost hunter, that's exactly what happened to him. So when it's like I really don't want no ghost following me, I'll tell you that much. So it's like um I'm like, no, I'm pretty good. already got other, stuff going on versus, having ghosts follow me or something like that. You know, I'm all jumping on Discord at the same time right now. I'm just trying to get, like, there's a couple of, friends that, we like to hang out on, lives and stuff like that. And they were talking about who's going on live today. And I don't think anybody even really. So I thought, yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna go live for a little bit. I'm not gonna stay live like too long, just because I haven't been doing that too much. Second channel is about ghost hunted and trying to prove that there is something out there. That's dope, Lee. I like that a lot. That is cool. And that one of those things about stuff like that, is it brings mystery. And bringing mystery is actually pretty dang cool. I mean, in my opinion, because I like a little bit of mystery, and then at the end of the day, it's like you do believe in that, so it's like, okay, well, there really is. And honestly, I'd like, once again, like, we're talking about this, and it's like, I honestly believe that there really is like a little something out there. There's gotta be. I mean, you're thinking about the whole, universe, you know, and you're thinking like we're the only ones. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it is like that, I mean, that's kind of cool, you know. But I don't think we are. Hey, unicorn, how you doing? Hope your day was good. Hope your day was good, unicorn. Yeah, we're talking about ghosts and stuff like that right now. We're talking about maybe there's some UFOs, possibly, maybe. You know, I don't know if you believe in ghosts, unicorn, but there could be out there. I mean, you never know. UFOs, possibly. Well, to tell you the truth, I think there is actually UFOs. And even the government said to us, they said, basically there really is. And then Lee says he can see them. I mean, you probably can. I mean, see, that's what a lot of people don't understand is like they don't believe in that stuff, but it's actually like legit true. There's actually real stuff like that. And then the more information that you learn about it, it really makes you kind of like, okay, well, then you start thinking, because it makes you think, which is good if you just believe in it. Well, see, I like what Unicorn just said right there too. Is if you're believing in it, then it's gonna happen. It resonates in your mind, kind of. So it could be kind of maybe it's something that we create. I don't know, but I think it's kind of cool either way. Your mind can do some pretty cool stuff, and you want to be able to navigate it. You know what I mean? And when I say navigate, it's more or less of like you have the steering wheel. So if you believe like that, then most likely it could happen. I don't know. It's late. I felt loud. Icy is late. Yeah, Icy is up. She's probably pretty busy. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's hard to say. She's probably like lurking. She's probably watching, but she ain't saying nothing yet. That's how sometimes that's how Icy is. She'll just like kick it in the background, and then she'll pop up. So, I but that's kind of how I met Icy in the first place. I try to prove it on my second channel. That's what my second channel is based on, ghost hunting. I'll have to check that out, Lee. Because I like I like ghost hunting. I like UFO stuff. I think it's kind of cool. That's why I got the man on the moon type of situation. I mean, yeah, he's drinking the Mountain Dew, but you know, it's still pretty cool. Because, hmm, I mean, imagination, and then I don't think it's really an imagination. I think it's like a lot of it's reality. And then how much are we really going to figure out at the end of our road? Are we going to end up, figuring out that there really was ghosts and there's really was aliens? I think that we probably will at some point, whether it's now or later, you know, final. No, you're good, unicorn. Yeah, I mean, that comes first. It's almost like business. So take care of that stuff because it's really important. Business is business sometimes. I didn't have to do any kind of work today, which is crazy. Like, and my manager did not even ask me for anything except the first thing in the morning. I did the Ouija board before. You know what I did too, Lee? But there's like this big old giant black figure that came by the window, and it walked right by the window. Me and this dude, and it blew out the candles, and it was real. I mean, it was real, and that black figure was outside of the house, and but we can see it walking. Basically, by the window. So we're both like freaked out because the candles blew out. I was like, how could the candles get blown out? I don't know. And then whatever it was, I mean, it may have stuck around, but you know, we were so freaked out. We ended up kind of like, you know, well, we definitely changed rooms. We dipped out into a different room, but it was like it was too real. It was too real. It was like it was there. Like whatever was outside was real. Because I mean, and then how did the candles go out? I mean, that's one thing that I never understood is how come the candles went out? Was it like trying to like get rid of the lights so you can see it? That scared the shit out of me because I got touched by what? Oh no way! You got touched by a ghost? No way! I mean, that would probably trip me out too, just to be on the real. Because yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be a little bit weird. Scooby's all tripping out over here. Scooby, what are you doing, bud? He just wants to play. But yeah, I guess you get what you're looking for sometimes. You know, Icy's walking. She's walking the. That's good. That's I walk so much it's crazy. You got to get some sleep though, because they can't do anything to you. I mean, like sometimes it's like it seems like they can, but you can't. Like, you got to get a little sleep. And then Vanilla says she's almost home. She's getting some exercise. She's out there getting those what do you call it, like steps or something like that. I don't like so since I hurt my foot, like I'm on light duty, so I don't have to do much. I mean, I wish I did, but unicorns. I see you're late. Do you know a dog can see stuff that people can? Yes, Lee, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. Yes, because they can pick up senses that like let's just say that we're almost desensitized, and then animals are not. They can pick up like ghosts or evil spirits, or even like okay, so like let's just say for example, so I had like a friend of mine, like he's not so good, you know what I mean? I mean, like well, we don't hang out anymore, but the thing was is that Scooby picked up on it, and he starts barking all crazy at him. You know, babies can too. Yep, unicorn is correct. I totally believe that. I mean, it really is like like innocence versus like like you're desensitized. And I was talking to this guy at work today. Going to go work on my music. Hell yeah, Lee. Well, thank you for dropping in. You know, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. But yeah, I mean, going back a little bit on that, the subject was that like when you're thinking about like ghosts and stuff like that. Sometimes people are not really receptive to it. But dogs, kids, that type of thing is usually what it is. Did you guys have Popeyes? For for your dinner? I did. I had like a, I don't know, like I got the burrito instead of the sandwich, which I wanted the sandwich, but then I tried the burrito. I was like, for the ranch part of it, it's like, nah, I probably won't do that again. I want to get some Thai food tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Tomorrow's a new day. And then I was kind of thinking, like, maybe. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I can't do that because I have to cook some kind of, you know, I pulled out like steak stuff, so I got to do like a steak. That should work out pretty good for the most part. Icy's like, Icy is home now. She made it. She made it home. But yeah, that's one of those things, like cooking. What what? I think that actually, unicorns. I think she's doing some kind of like a drawing right now. She's working on a drawing. So I don't know. I think it's a drawing, or maybe it's like school stuff. I don't know yet. But that's cool. That's important because what I do is when I have to work on stuff, I usually just try to knock it out so that way I'm free. Like I said, like today I didn't do nothing at work. Like nothing at all, like nothing, zero, and I got paid for it. I was joking with the guy at work. I was like, dude, we're literally getting paid to just sit here. We could have been playing pool. We could have been playing arcade games. We could have been playing basketball, but we're still getting paid. Yeah. But we sat there, 'cause he smokes cigarettes or whatever. So we sat there, hanging out and just talking. Then there's a bunch of people that came and talked to us just because this place is big. It's huge. It's like a city where I work, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, but it does get boring. I ain't lying. Because what are you really doing? You're just like sitting there and talking about shit. You know, but yeah, getting paid just to talk, hang out. And then I was telling him about that situation, that we had, or I had, the other day, and he had good advice about it. And then I talked to somebody else last night in the middle of the night, and they gave me good advice about that one. So I was like totally like satisfied with the situation. I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know, but that's just kind of what happens, sometimes. But I wasn't planning on staying on very long today. I was hoping to jump on one of your guys' lives just because that way it gives me a opportunity to throw ball with Scooby. So if anybody jumps on, I'll jump on too just to hang out. Um, but yeah, being a big back at eating fries, Vanessa's eating fries. Okay, okay. I like fries with ranch. I don't know if you guys like fries with ranch, but for some reason, ranch for some reason is just it just hits hard. So I got pizza the other day. The only reason why I ate the pizza was because of the ranch. So I used to not even like ranch with fries or pizza, but damn, that's just fucking good. You should try it, but you have to have the right ranch though. You have to have the right ranch because you just can't get just any ranch. It has to be like the right ranch. But when you get that right ranch, it's almost like it's like love almost. I love food, so I'm gonna boost that up just a bit, just because you want to have at least a little bit of ranch with your French fries, your pizza, that type of thing. Scooby can't have any ranch; you'll end up, getting sick and puking, and Nobody wants to pick up that stuff. So. So who's going live next? Who's going to be the next contestant to go live? Is it going to be? I think it's going to be Icy. I think she's going to go start drawing for us or something like that. Or it could be Unicorn, but I don't know. Illegals in my yard, stuck in my head. she she always has illegals in her yard. What is happening? Going live in about 5 minutes. Okay, so Lee's going live. Okay, cool. All right, Lee. And okay, all right. You know, I think everybody like has the ability to go live nowadays. I was talking to who the fuck was I talking to? It was like I was talking to somebody this morning about going live, and then they're like, "Why do we go live? We don't even get paid for it." And it's like, well, you can throw a cash app up, but he's like, what's the point, dude? He's like, it stresses me out. But he does like gaming and he does a lot of other stuff, which he's really cool. I mean, this guy's smart. I mean, this guy really is smart. And but he was talking about that, and he's like, sometimes you stress yourself out, and he's like, well, why get yourself so stressed out? And then you're not even getting paid for it. And then who else was he talking to? Thank you, Icy. You're so cool. I appreciate you as well. Um, but I totally agree, though. To be honest with you, and it's like, don't stress yourself out over stupid shit. But then again, he was like, what did he say to me? It's like, he said something like was actually pretty smart. It's just like, if you're doing something to make yourself happy, then at least like keep yourself happy with it. But the thing is don't like cook yourself on it. So it's just like I guess what I'm going with this is like it's not worth like totally. Icy's awesome too. It's not really worth like getting yourself upset over. And then who? And then okay, somebody told me it's like okay, so you lost a couple subscribers because of the what I'm not gonna even mention the names, but you lost a couple subscribers over it, and they're like, don't even do it, don't even worry about it. It's just like that's just like it's what they call like expendable people. Because the fact is it's like what are they really, if they could like get a couple people to really do that, that's ridiculous. It's like okay, you know and then that's the same thing that can happen to them too. The same thing can happen to them too. Because maybe there's other people that know about the situation and then do the same thing. Which I'm not encouraging. I am not encouraging because it's not worth it. I think that it's just more or less of like it happened. You know. Yeah. Thank you. I see. See, she knows. I see knows. She knows, and that's all that matters. You know. And it's just like the things that make you happy. Just keep doing what makes you happy. That's all I have to say to a lot of people. Is don't let other people like sit there and like make you feel like you have to. You know, because you don't. What's good for you is what's good for you. That's magic. That's 100% magic. And what the way I look at things though too is like when you think about like longevity wise, like if you put yourself in their position, I mean, would you really like is that I don't even know. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go in a different direction with this conversation because that's like not really where I was really trying to go with it. I'm just like rambling at this point, you know. But I was kind of thinking about like I should have got like more Popeyes because I didn't eat lunch. Like, well, I did, but it wasn't enough. So, and then pizza, you know, um, I don't know yet, but I might get something to eat, because that Popeyes wasn't enough. Like, I got like this little burrito. It was like there wasn't enough chicken in it. And it's like And then they over ranched it. They over ranched it. I'm like, whoa, like that's too much ranch. You know? Do you really want that much ranch? Mm, probably not. So, but what I'm gonna do, guys, since it's I'm only 30 minutes into the stream, but I'm gonna go get myself a little something to eat, and then if you guys jump on, I'll jump on, and check you guys out, on your stream. But I'm gonna go grab a little something else to eat because I'm still hungry. So I'm thinking like I gotta get something else to eat. But thank you for coming in, and we'll see each other soon.